there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and a couple of you folks have asked me my thoughts on the recent, superhero movie news that has been coming out basically for the last couple of weeks, and even up to yesterday, with, all the Marvel Phase 3 stuff. I mean, my brain has just been busted and melting with excitement at the potential for all the movies that are going to be coming out. And I've actually gone ahead and compiled a list chronologically at best, for all of DC and Marvel superhero movies that are going to be coming out tentatively between 2015 and 2020. And I'm going to kind of be listing them off and, sharing some thoughts per every title and such like that. But yeah, I mean, just to preface, the entire video, I've just been brain busted. I mean, I cannot wait. It is a great time to be a fanboy, and especially a superhero fanboy, that kind of thing. And, one of the things, though, is, this is so far ahead in the future, 5, 6 years, whatever it is, and I can't even wrap my brain around that. I can't even think about next week, what I'm going to be doing next Tuesday, let alone, thinking about 5 and 6 years from this point of all these movies. I hope I'm around long enough to see them, is all I can say. So as we get into the list, of course, we're starting with Avengers Age of Ultron on May 1st, 2015. After that trailer, no questions asked. I am super stoked to check out this film, and I couldn't be more excited, Following on from there, we have Ant-Man on July 17th, 2015. I'm really excited about this movie as well, even though Edgar Wright is no longer involved, and the cat they've cast as Ant-Man tentatively, I'm excited about. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but you got Michael Douglas in there as well as, Hank Pym, and it's going to be interesting. So for those who care, after that, we have Fantastic Four on August 7th, 2015, and I am going to be checking it out one way or the other, and probably not in the theater, I don't know. Maybe when it comes out on DVD. I'm going to be curious, because you never know. It could pleasantly surprise people, and I'm sure it'll make fans one way or the other. Maybe not, people who are actually hardcore comic fans, but hey, I'll be willing to check it out in any case. Following on from there, we have Deadpool, tentatively slated to release in February 12th, 2016. Gonna love seeing a Deadpool movie, and hope Ryan Reynolds reprises, after that sort of test footage and everything like that. I am a little sort of, I have reservations that they're talking about dumbing it down to a PG-13, but within the confines of the character, I think they could probably do it, playing up for some comedy and stuff like that. Of course, following on from there comes the biggie, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, March 25th, 2016, and holy schmolies, I'm saying this is one of the, even bigger than Avengers Age of Ultron for me. I'm looking forward to Batman and Superman going up head-to-head, having Wonder Woman show up, and all the other heroes that are going to get glimpses and stuff like that, building up to Justice League. But following on from there, we have Captain America Civil War, which is going to see sort of a Batman v Superman aesthetic between Tony Stark and, of course, Cap himself, May 6th, 2016. And it's just going to be balls to the wall. Awesome. I'm just going to call it right now. However they choose to adapt to this particular story, it's going to be interesting to see, sort of a man with old school morals versus the man of tomorrow, in a sense, technology and everything like that. It's going to be awesome seeing them go head to head. Following on from there, we have X-Men Age of Apocalypse on May 27th, 2016, and I have to admit that I have as of the time of this recording, to see Days of Future Past, but I'm hoping to get my hands on it very soon, and I'm sure it's just going to blow the roof off. Following on from there, we have Suicide Squad, August 5th, 2016. Going to be really excited, especially after the new 52 Suicide Squad volumes that I've read, to see Harley Quinn hopefully leading a team, or at least co-starring in a Suicide Squad team on the big screen. Following from there, we have Marvel's Doctor Strange, November 6th, 2016, and of course the recent confirmation that Benedict Cumberbatch will be playing Doctor Strange should prove pretty interesting, I have to admit. The only thing I've seen him do so far is play Khan, in Into Darkness, which you can take or leave depending on what you think about the whole Star Trek, Abrams verse and everything like that. Following on from there, we have some question mark movies. Not exactly sure if these are, still in the works or if they're on hold or what have you. I've heard they're on hold, but for 2017, we have everything from a Sinister Six movie potentially to a Venom film to a female-led Spideyverse movie, whatever that means, And also, there's supposedly going to be a new Wolverine movie March 3rd, 2017. So those are things to look forward to, depending on, if they're actually in production and if they ever come to be, put it that way. Then, of course, we have Guardians of the Galaxy 2 coming May 5th, 2017. Still have as yet to see Guardians of the Galaxy, the first film, as of the time of this recording, but I'm super stoked too. I know it just did so well and made a lot of money, and a lot of people love it, and I know going in that I'm going to love it, so can't wait to see it. Of course, one of my pitched excitement, movies coming out is Wonder Woman on June 23rd, 2017, starring probably Gal Gadot, reprising her role as we'll see her appear in Batman v Superman. Loving the fact that we're finally going to get a Wonder Woman film. It's about damn time, you know what I'm saying? Following on from there, another question mark, Fantastic Four 2 is slated for July 14th, 2017. I guess it all depends on how well the first one does, but if, the studios are that confident with the finished product or what they're seeing in any case, that they've already gone ahead and enlisted a potential sequel, we'll have to wait and see. Following from there, we have Thor Ragnarok. Awesome, badass title, July 28th, 2017. And, what else can I say? I mean, it's Thor. It's going to be badass. Following on from there, Black Panther will get his own movie, November 3rd, 2017, starring Chadwick Boseman. And I'm not familiar with the gentleman, Chadwick Boseman, his work or anything like that, but it's going to be awesome to see Black Panther. And finally, a hero of color, if you will, taking center stage in a movie. It's going to be all kinds of badass. Following from there, we have Justice League, tentatively Part 1, November 17th, 2017, which is, basically going to be, I guess they're kind of doing the same thing that Avengers is going to be doing, with the Justice League film, they're going to break it up into two halves or something like that. Or it could just be the first Justice League movie, and then the second will be a sequel. I don't know exactly, but they had it listed as Justice League Part 1, so it's kind of confusing, but it'll be exciting beyond reproach to see Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Cyborg, all these characters together on screen, live action, balls to the wall excitement, I'm telling you. After that, we have potentially an Amazing Spider-Man 3 in 2018. Don't know if we're ever going to see that. I really have my fingers crossed that we will. I really love to see Andrew Garfield continue in this role, and, I've already talked about it in those videos. Wow, it would be so great to see Emma Stone coming back as, Mary Jane, with the red hair, change of look and everything like that, but she looks very similar, which would explain why Spidey's all digging on that and everything. I don't know, it'll probably never come to pass, but I hope Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3 does in any case. Following on from there, we have just uber stoked for this, a Flash movie, March 23rd, 2018, and this one's going to be starring a cat by the name of Ezra Miller, who I'm completely unfamiliar with. It's going to be interesting to have a Flash movie, considering hopefully that the TV series will still be around by 2018, that kind of thing. Hearing nothing but just accolades for the TV series. Can't wait to dip into it eventually. And wondering, if there's going to be any sort of conflict, should that, TV series still be around by that time? Who knows? But I posed to a friend of mine in discussion, why can't they make it like if the TV series is Barry Allen, why not make the movie version Wally West? That kind of thing, to avoid conflict. They could be two different Flashes. Following from there, we have Avengers: Infinity War Part 1 set for May 4th, 2018, and that's just I'm left head scratching by that one. Excited, yes, definitely, but not familiar with the arc, and I know they're building up to Thanos and all this kind of stuff, so it's I can't wait to get to that point. I'm going to have to be closer to that point before I can even comprehend that this movie's coming out, put it that way. Captain Marvel, though, set for July 6th, 2018, a female superhero in the Marvel Comics universe, and pitch perfect choice. Apart from She-Hulk maybe as having her own movie, Captain Marvel, I have been dying to see a Captain Marvel movie. and I'm just all kinds of excited to see where they go with it and everything like that. There is another question mark movie, untitled Fox Marvel movie, I should say, slated for potentially July 13th, 2018. We still don't know what that's going to be, if anything. But then after that, of course, we have another one, uber stoked for, Aquaman. Oh, hell yeah. July 27th, 2018, Jason Momoa will be starring as the man under the water, Arthur Curry, and I just can't wait. Aquaman's day has finally come. After that, we have, for Marvel, Inhumans, November 2nd, 2018. Not really familiar with the Inhumans. Probably going to do a little digging between now and then to kind of familiarize myself with them, but sounds awesome. We also have Shazam, set for April 5th, 2019, starring, of course, The Rock as Black Adam. Going to be interesting as hell to see who they get to basically play off him, you know, as the hero, the titular hero. After that, we have Avengers Infinity War Part 2, set for May 3rd, 2019, and as I said, it's just like, whoa, I have to wait till we get closer to this movie and see, you know, who's going to be in it, and I know the roster is set to change for the Avengers and everything, probably newer characters coming in, like maybe Captain Marvel and such like that, Black Panther. It's going to be interesting to see, but I can't even wrap my head around it at this point. Then, of course, we have Justice League Part 2, set for July 14th, 2019, and then we have the last two slated for, you know, these releases that I have listed anyway. DC Comics, both of them, Cyborg, April 3rd, 2020, starring Ray Fisher, and Green Lantern, July 19th, 2020. And we still don't as yet know, as of the time of this recording, if it's going to be a Hal Jordan affair, you know, like a reboot, a Jon Stewart, a Kyle Rayner, who knows, Guy Gardner, could be any of them, really. And maybe even Alan Scott, who knows? They might go old school and switch it up on us entirely. But it's going to be, tentatively, awesome to see. And surely enough, I would guess that after Justice League and Justice League Part 2, you know, that kind of thing, we would know who the Green Lantern is by then, I would hope. You know, I'm assuming he'll first crop up in one of those two films. But basically, yeah, I'm super, super stoked. I also had a question from my good buddy Labyrinth35 asking me along these lines, you know, what do I think about the proposed rumor that Brainiac may be the first Justice League villain instead of Darkseid, with Darkseid to follow? And I have certain reservations about that, but I think it does make a kind of sense with where they left off in Man of Steel. You had Zod and his people following the signal that was activated by Kal-El inadvertently and everything like that, and surely a giant alien robot in space has probably picked that up, is probably going to be coming to investigate, and seeing all these heroes have to go against a giant robot who can manipulate technology and create little versions of himself and that kind of thing could be pretty badass, and building up tentatively to a Darkseid in a similar means to how Marvel has with Thanos and everything like that. I think it's a win situation, but we'll have to wait and see if that's how it all plays out. And just, I can't not be overly excited and through the roof, because this is like, you know, childhood dreams come true to see all of these characters that I love and have grown up with, and even some that I'm not familiar with, but that I've always been curious about on the comic book page coming to life, live action. And it is the age of the superhero film. I hope that it won't die out anytime soon, and it doesn't look like it's gonna, at least until 2020 at best, and that works for me. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below, or as a video response, what your excitement level is at. If you're apathetic about it and it's not something you really care about, or you're just stoked and uber excited, let me know. And yeah, otherwise I hope you enjoyed the video and that it finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.